After that nail-biting test series in Australia, we have Test cricket back on Indian soil. To find out what happened on day one of the India-England Test match at Chipok, watch Jatin's Scorecard. Let's start with India's playing 11. I was surprised to see that Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel have both been left out of the 11, and the Indians have gone with Shahbaz Nadeem as their frontline left-arm spinner. This tells us one thing, that they consider that Nadeem is the best amongst the three left-armers right now in the squad, and the second thing is that they feel confident and secure in having Washington Sundar batting at number 7. I think this is a good move, or I also think it's a little bit of a defensive move from India, because Nadeem, although he has a lot of experience, is somebody who will bowl in a manner that he wants to keep the runs down a little bit. So I think they will use Ashwin as their attacking option, and Nadeem and Washington Sundar to come in and hold the wickets up at the other end. Let's talk about England's playing 11. They had to make a forced change as Zach Crawley has had a little bit of a injury while going to training, and he's got an injured wrist. So he's going to be out of the first 2 test matches. Lawrence comes in for him, but for personally, I really wanted to see Zach Crawley bat in Indian conditions. I think he is a very, very talented player, really exciting player. And with him at number 3, England have a long-term kind of option there to bat along with Joe Root. Let's talk about the pitch a little bit. So we are back in India. You're going to see dry pitches. The first 2 test matches are in Chennai. Today's pitch looked like the usual Chennai pitch, but also had a few tufts of grass here and there. So I think that was a little bit surprising for me to see. Not that it looked like any fresh grass, but I've never seen grass on a Chennai pitch before. They have a new curator, so let's see how things go. It definitely will turn on day 3, 4 and 5. So I think days 1 and 2 are going to be the best batting days in this test match. England have won the toss, which itself is a huge bonus for them, because especially in the first test of the series, it's important that you win the toss, you bat first and put up a big first innings total. England have approach test matches in this manner. They like to bat big in the first innings, score 450, 500, maybe 550, and then put the pressure on the opposition. The way things are going at the end of day 1, they look like they will want to bat out the first 2 days of this test match, which are the best batting days according to me, and then put the pressure on India. Virat Kohli unfortunately has made it an area of his expertise to keep losing the toss, and that continued today. Let's hope that the luck changes for him from the next test match, because tosses will be extremely crucial in this test series. Let's talk a little bit about the ball. The Indians love the SG test ball, and this time I think after consultations with the BCCI and the players and SG themselves, there is a little bit of a change to the SG test ball. The seam apparently is a little more pronounced, and that will help both India and England. You've already seen a lot of reverse swing today because the pitch itself is really hard and clayish, and hence there's a lot of friction and abrasion for the ball. So you've seen a lot of reverse swing today, but that pronounced seam and the impact which the pronounced seam was supposed to have during the game, we've not seen that as yet. So even when Ashwin was trying to give it a rip, you've not seen a lot of bounce which that pronounced seam could have got into play. So one thing's for certain, that the Indians are back with the ball which they love best. But at the other side, I also feel that this new SG test ball will help Anderson a bit as well. Because Anderson, after his first couple of spells, after the ball tends to get a little older, bowls the leg cutter really well. And I feel that on this kind of surface, with a little bit of tufts of grass here and there, and with that pronounced seam, I think Anderson will be the one to watch out for from his second, third, fourth spell perspective. So I think that's the way it's going to play out. I feel England have gone a little bit too slowly today. Clearly you are seeing the difference between two international teams. Australia on one hand were always trying to push the pace against India. England on the other hand started slowly, and now want to kind of build the momentum towards a big first innings total. I was really impressed with both the openers as well. Rory Burns and Dom Sibley aren't the most pleasing guys to watch from an optical perspective, but they get the job done. Burns looked really good till he committed absolute harakiri. He looked good, he stretched out towards the ball, was secure in his defense, and I thought that he would be set for a long big knock, but that was not to be. Sibley, on the other hand, ever since he's made his debut in Test cricket, has continued to impress me. He looks taller than he actually is. He's only 6 feet tall. He looks a little bit taller than that, and he uses that reach really well. When I talk about reach, I mean kind of reaching the pitch of the ball when the spinners are bowling, but also going back and using the depth of the crease when the spinners and the fast bowlers are bowling. What this does in subcontinental conditions is that it allows you to convert a pretty decent ball into a shorter ball, because you're giving yourself a lot of room to then hit the ball for some runs. So really impressed with Sibley as well. And what can we say about Joe Root? 100 in his 100th Test match. No greater feeling for the England captain, and he looked in control right from day one. Maybe the first 2 or 3 balls from Bumrah, a bit of reverse from Bumrah kind of had him a bit watchful. But after that, he's actually completely played a couple of gears down than his normal game, because he knows that it's the first day of the Test match. It's important for him to get a big knock so that India get a big total, and that's what experienced captains and experienced batsmen do. They want to use their good form for the good of the team, and that's what we've seen from Joe Root today. He will want to bat deep into the second day. England will want to bat deep into day 2. And I think they will probably look at a total of 500 or thereabouts. Obviously, that could change if India get a few wickets tomorrow. But one thing is for certain, that day 1 and day 2 will be the best batting wickets on this pitch, and India need to try and get England out as fast as possible and get a little bit of that chunk of day 2 to ensure that they enjoy some good batting conditions as well. Do drop me your thoughts and comments or any questions you have using the Ask Jatin hashtag on my Twitter handle, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. See you with a review of day 2 at 6 p.m. tomorrow.